Morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, depending where you are in the world. Today is July 24th. Thank you for joining us for our X Space. Let's get into some stats before we get into our conversation. The Elephant AUM is at 222.31 million. The Elephant MCAP is at 70.6 million, and the Treasury is at 9.3 million. Ed, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good, Josie. How are you?
I'm good. You ready for Nashville?
I am. We're going to talk a lot about that today. First, I want to say that was funny what you said. Good morning, good evening, good night. That sounded like some late night talk show host about ready to sign off. That was Johnny Carson, old school, or something like that. Yeah, I am ready. I'm looking at flights. So my flight's booked, but it's, every day it's the same flight number that goes out. So I know right. Delta is what I'm on, is what I'm taking there from here. So there's no direct flights from where I'm at. So I have to actually stop in Atlanta, which is the crapshoot right now. So I saw my flight today, but will be the same time tomorrow from here to there, took off early. But the flight from Atlanta to Nashville, I see for today is now delayed like 2 hours. So I did see yesterday's flights did make it out. They were just a little late, but other than that, they did both make them out. So I'm hoping tomorrow to be even a little better. And we'll see what happens. But as long as both flights are making it out, and I know it's less and less flights are being canceled. I think like Monday it was like 700 were canceled. And yesterday 400 were canceled. So I'm sure less and less as everything gets back to where it is. I have somebody that's been in town since Saturday. They still haven't made it home yet. They tried to get out. They couldn't make it. And then, they were going to Spokane. So it was a weird city where there's not a lot of planes going. And now they're down in, now they're actually down in Fort Lauderdale just to go back north again. So it was crazy. They went from Palm Beach to Atlanta, and Atlanta down to Fort Lauderdale, and now they're going Fort Lauderdale to back up, but not till tomorrow. So it's been a rough week for people on the planes,
Yeah, definitely. Well, I hope that everybody gets to where they need to be and gets to Nashville safely, and I hope the flight gods smile upon you.
Yes, I hope they do too. And I hope Mother Nature shines upon us too, because it looks like about 25% chance of rain while we're there. And I think both our events are outdoors. I think the first one that we're going to, like, just nothing to do with Elephant, but just one of the events we saw is outdoors. And I think the second one is indoors and outdoors. But we'll get into that in a little bit. So if anybody here thinking BT is going to be coming in and we're talking about the past 48 hours, I don't know if he's coming in or not. So that's not going to be my focus whatsoever on anything like that here in Spaces, unless he comes in and wants to change it up a little bit. Yeah, I'm going to say a couple things, but other than that, I want to do what we're supposed to be doing, and that is staying focused. A couple other numbers that are out there. I mean, B&B hasn't been moved too much this week. For those of you still on that side, with they only moved a few bucks. Like it was like 570, now it's 580. Trumpet has been moving though. Trumpet went from 2.835 last week to 2.850. And you know how that game goes. It's kind of like an hourglass kind of thing. When you get in, to get out, and then the last one out is probably going to get a nice load of or a nice high rate there of Trumpet. So I'm pretty happy. It's going to be a game of who wants the last man standing, and one of the OG days. If you've been with us since Bankroll, you know how it works with credits. Credits the king, man. And it was always last one out was getting the good chunk of things. So I'm happy about that. Even though, the trunk value is down, but as that keeps going up and then the trunk value keeps going up, it's just like a double dose for me. So I'm happy. The much as we burned moved a little quicker than last week. Last week we were at 3.083 million, and now we're at 3.085 million. It's not the fastest thing on the planet, but it still is getting burned. And as long as that thing is working, it just helps out a little bit. So I know a lot of people in here. Shankar's in here, Native's in here, and all things EVM are in here, and our main guys, BlackBerry guys, in the house. And I'm not going to, unless those guys want to jump in and touch on the topic over the last 48 hours, I'm going to move forward. And I just want to say, you guys stay focused. I understand not everybody is in the same spot. And some of you over the last 48 hours had a little harder time than some others. but not everybody was in that spot. So some people are still doing what they're doing. And, you last 48 hours, you guys have had a chance to vent a little, let off some steam, do what you need to do in the chat, and maybe in some other chat rooms, wherever you hang out. And I hope you were able to do that. I hope you were able to calm down and focus a little bit. And but now we got to get back to business, because we can't just stop what we're doing and turn everything off, stop buying, stop doing everything just so we can, sit around in the chat and go at it all day long. We can't do that. As a business, you cannot. You have to move forward. You have to keep your business growing. You keep your business going. So that's why over the last 48 hours, we're kind of like, all right, let's just let everybody do what they need to do, and then we'll get back to it. And that's what we really need to do. So I need you guys to stay focused and think about what's in front of us right now and what we need to do to bring everything back to where things were, because you don't want to go backwards. All right, then the water starts staying stagnant. And when the water's stagnant, water starts getting crappy, and we don't need that. That's why we had a lot of people step up yesterday, and even before that, with some dry powder, and said, "Hey, I'm here to help. I'm here to do what I can." And we pulled hundreds of thousands of dollars in by doing that, reaching out to the people we needed to. Some of you said, "You know what? I still got to get in here. I still know what's going on. I understand everything. Hey, I took the chance. That's what happens, but I still have more money and I'm putting it in." So we're making moves behind the scenes. We're making moves in front of you guys, and we're going to keep pushing it as hard as we can. And now that Nashville's coming up, yeah, it would have been nice to see where we could have been, but there's a lot of people with a lot of money that are going to be in Nashville. And yeah, they do their due diligence, but the smart ones that are really good with their money, they see how the ecosystem is. They see there's bumps in the road, and they see things happen. But then they see what's going on with the admin, the community, the people handling those things, and how they handle filling those potholes that we run over. And you think we're going to hit another bump in the road, another pothole down the road? Yeah. The roads aren't completely paved ahead of us. So we're going to hit some bumps, and if we hit one, we fix it, and we keep going. So once we get into Nashville, I'm sure, Native and BT, and I know Shankar are going to some really good parties that are going to be out there talking to some very influential people, and they know how to start the conversation. They know how to tell people about us, and they know how to bring more people into the herd. And I see that happening. And I don't think there is even a better chance for those people with all that money than to get in the next couple weeks based on where the price is. I posted it yesterday, man. I can imagine being some of these hedge fund guys, and they're like, yeah, I can easily just snap my fingers and give you 20 grand. Last week, 20 grand would have got them less than 20,000 trunk. This week, they're probably getting like 80,000 trunk. So there's spots, there's opportunities right here for these hedge funds people and all the people that are going to have money in Nashville that they would not have gotten last week. So even though we hit a pothole, I want you to think about the opportunities of the people we're going to be bringing in here who do have a lot of money and are able to jump in this ecosystem at a better opportunity for them. And granted, it is a better opportunity for you as well, but if you lost some there, I know that's a little bit rough there. So I just want you to think about what we can do from here forward, because I'm focused on that, completely focused on that. And the people I've brought in that you don't know about, the people on the back side that I talk to in quiet that don't sit in the chat room, they're still here. They have not sold. I can tell you the guy that I always talk to the most, he owns this distillery here. He didn't even budge. He just texted me the other day and said, hey, what up? Told him what was happening. He's like, all right, cool. I'll be here a while. And I knew that. He's going to be here a while. Up, down, sideways, it doesn't matter. So when I do bring in people, when I each one teach one, I know for sure if they're kind of shady or if they're like, all right, they're just in it for their solo self or they're actually in it for a team player. And I try to do my best, even though I just love to bring the money in no matter what, that they could be just a solo player. I really rather focus on people that are team players and understanding the ecosystem and how long-term it is. And it's not just to get in one week and get out the next week. So that's what I'm focused on. I've already done my emails. I've already done my text messages to everybody this week about anything that they are interested in putting in as far as amount. Do it now. Here's your opportunity. Especially the people I just talked to over the past couple of months. They were already too late to 30 cents. We were already in the 50, 60, and 70 range when I was talking to some people. So they're actually a little bit pleased they're able to get in now, and they already have. And as you see over the past, like I said, 24, 48 hours, the hundreds of thousands that we've brought in by busting our butts for you guys, for ourselves, because we continue to just care about the herd. So that's all I'm going to say about that, because like I said, let's move forward. What's in front of us? Nashville. That's happening. I'm flying out tomorrow, get there. It's a Bitcoin and Brews. That's what it's called. It's at this place. It's called, is it the Yeehaw Brewery? I forgot what it is, but I guess it's the Old Smoky. I don't know if you've seen this in the liquor stores. It's in like a mason jar, and it's kind of like Old Smoky Moonshine. It's a brand that you pretty much see everywhere, and they have all these different flavors. I guess this is their place, if I'm not mistaken. So I know we are doing that. A handful of us are going to be doing that tomorrow night. I think it starts at like 5:30 or 6 o'clock, goes till 10. I think it's an outdoor only event, but it could have some indoors on it too. If you want to jump on, I know I've posted the link if you guys want to hang out with us and join us and meet up ahead of time. There's another thing that I know Crypto's Slow, one of our admin posted about, I think it was Bitcoin karate or karate crypto, where I guess there's actually people that are actually going against each other. I don't know if it's like you can sign up, or if these like some sort of fighters that I don't know much about it. I didn't click the link and read all the details. I just looked at it real quick and tried to see what time it was. That's kind of going on around the same time as the Bitcoin and Brews. So I'm sure we'll be split up a little bit, enjoying that event as well. And then, of course, you got our main event, which is Friday. I think it's 5:30. If you go on to, I think BT's got a link on here somewhere for I think it's open table to make your RSVP, just to let us know how many people are coming. I think I thought I heard we're up to like 70 people. I'm not sure if that was the exact number, but that'll be a nice event. Justin Timberlake's brand new restaurant, bar, / I don't know how many floors it is, but I know there is a rooftop. So you can't go to Nashville and not be on a rooftop. That's just how it is, man. You got to go to at least one. My first time there, so this is going to be really cool. I know we've asked people about, hey, where are we hanging out while we're there? Where are we going to get something to eat? It's all about Nashville hot. Well, at least that's what I hear down here. But I heard about Hattie B's. There's all the names of these restaurants. We don't have those down here. It's just Mike's Bar or Joe's Ale House. But, when you go to cool cities like New York and Vegas and like Nashville, they have cool stuff. Hattie B's Hot Chicken. Something called Filth and Broad. Somebody put in the chat, Slim and Husky Pizza, which is hilarious. And Shotgun Willie's. That's what I love about like Nashville. All the cool names of bars. You just want to go in just because of the name. But if you have any others, let us know. I mean, we're only there a few days, but it's all good to take suggestions. And you know what? That's about it. Pretty much all I wanted to jump in with and try to get you guys focused and understand what we have to do as a business here. So Native, Shankar, what's up, fellas? Which one of you guys want to jump in first if you like? Take over if you need. Blackberry guy.
What's happening? What's going on?
Peace. What's going on? What's up?
Oh, everything's good. Everything's good. Shankar, take it away for me. I'm going to finish something up, and then I'm going to piggyback off of some things that Ed just said, specifically about the karate combat, too. I'll be right back, though. I'll be right back.
I don't know if we trust Shankar. He might be, he's the police officer. He's probably got some karate techniques that we don't know. Even though BT did say he was a black belt. So I'd like to see that. What's up, Shankar?
Yeah. Well, I'm here. I've been here in Nashville already since Sunday.
You there, Shankar?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
It's not letting you speak on there.
Oh, let me see.
I saw it go to mute and back on.
Up. Hello?
May have to jump out and rejoin, I think. What else? Yeah, Shankar's going to sign off and sign back on real quick.
Perfect time, and I actually just finished. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, you were touching on a lot of different events and gatherings and stuff that's going on too. But yeah, that Karate Combat, man, I've been watching them since the first Karate Combat episode, if you will, came out. And usually I'm watching it like just, sitting around somewhere or watching it at home or whatever. And this is like going to be one of my first times being able to be in the house. But it's cool because it's kind of like an offshoot of UFC type of thing, but it's got some professional fighters in there, but they also intertwine it with our industry specific stuff, So that's the one where it was all over Twitter or X, where Big Boy was fighting and all of that. And then they had a couple other good people, just influencers in general or whatnot fighting. So it's like industry specific for us as well. But they got a lot of really, really great promoters, really great backing and sponsors. So it's just another one of those franchises that's really making a way out there. In terms of a lot of those restaurants and bars, yeah, we've been talking about a lot of those, man. I think everybody's been saying how awesome Nashville is, and this is going to be my first time experiencing it, so I'm trying to do everything. But it seems like a lot of the events were like crunched into Thursday, and then I'm going late because there's some other events that I'm realizing that are happening, like some tonight. Some friends of mine are out there, and they're like, hey, you're gonna be coming out to the party tonight. I'm like, man, I wish I would have known. It was just juggling so many different things. I didn't even realize how much was going on, like literally the whole week, but there's still a lot going on Friday. And then I don't know if you guys tried to get dinner reservations on Saturday, but that's a crazy crunch right there.
No, I didn't. I'm leaving Saturday. I probably going to be at the airport at 2. So, this first time it was more about just going to the Elephant event, and I didn't know how much. I'd never been to the Bitcoin one in Miami, but I didn't know how many other events were actually going on. And I know next year, I mean, I'm not going to be surprised. Trunk, I wouldn't be surprised if it's around the $5 or $6 mark next year. And I'm going to have quite a bit more money at the time, so I'm going to be like, you know what? I'm going to make it a whole week, and I'll splurge on some more tickets and different VIP events, and maybe coordinate a little better with all you guys and see if we can all bounce around together and stuff like that. But this year is just mainly, the one thing Thursday night, unless we can squeeze into something else, and then, our main thing Friday night. I mean, unless there's something Friday during the day. I mean, are you actually going to the Bitcoin conference itself, or are you going to just doing the events?
Yeah, I'm going to the satellite events as well as the conference itself. In my view, and usually I would sit out of the specific Bitcoin conferences, because obviously they're conferences that are like sub-directed towards whether it be ordinals or this or that. But this is going to be like a mashup with a headliner of Bitcoin, because obviously it's the Bitcoin conference. So if it's a Bitcoin conference, usually I'll just like, I'll go to the satellite events, but this specific BTC conference is in my opinion going to be like epic. Not just epic, but like very pivotal in so many different ways. And you can tell that by the lineup. You can tell that by the speakers. You can tell that by the topics being discussed within the conference itself as well. So there's going to be a lot of great networking opportunities out there, but there's also going to be a lot to be able to learn. So I'm going to be definitely just paying attention and listening and greeting people and expressing what we're doing, and But outside of that, I am definitely going to a lot of the satellite events. Obviously, ours headlining.
Yeah, of course. Try to get my girl to make me a shirt with the elephant logo on it, and she slacked, so I don't have an elephant shirt to wear for Thursday. But I'm trying to make one nice light colored, because I don't always like wearing black. But it didn't come through, so I'm just gonna put like something on where the polo logo is. I'm gonna put something with like just something simple, this printout sticker or whatever it is I could put on me. It has the elephant logo and the QR code on it. I want to try to have a big logo on my back, QR code, but I wasn't able to get that. So I'm just going to do something on the front and walk around with that. You never know if somebody screenshots my my QR code,
For sure, man. It's always
why
a
is that
great
girl
idea.
taking a picture? Oh, no, it's just my shirt. Never mind.
No pictures, please. No pictures, please. And honestly, it worked out because we have some amazing t-shirts. Those designs are super dope, in my opinion. I like that. We'll have access to that on Friday, so that's that's a plus one right there.
Is what was I going to ask you just now? Shoot, what did you just say? You talked about you know what? Never mind. I lost it. Okay, I can't remember what it was.
It'll come back to you, brother. Shankar, what's up, man?
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you clearly now.
Awesome. Yeah, I've been here since Sunday, and
oh, you're already there.
Yeah, I'm here.
Look at you.
And yeah, I mean, everything you said about the atmosphere is just really awesome. You go down the main street, Broadway, and every single establishment has great live music. There's great food everywhere. People are in their Western wear, and it's just a really good atmosphere. And I've already scoped out the venue, and that's a great building, very impressive. So yeah, let's see. I did wanna. I'm gonna go over what my week will look like here. I did wanna just spend 1 or 2 minutes to talk about mindset, because I think it's very, very important. So as always, I draw analogies with the business world. And for anyone here who's maybe self-employed or has a business, you know that the path to success is never a straight linear line. There's lots of ups and downs. And one thing in business that is really interesting is that very often you invest into something just to lose it, quite frankly. Let me give you an example. When you invest in new employees, happens very often. You onboard them, you teach them what you need them to know, you rely on them, and then sometimes they just leave very early. Sometimes they get snatched up by the competition, and sometimes they leave and open up their own shop and just copy what you've been doing. The other important part in business is research and development, which essentially means you got to be bold, try things, and to the extent possible, release them, partial releases. And then you find flaws and you just fix it and release it and move on. That's just how it works. Just think of the Cybertruck and its first release where the windows broke, and it was kind of an embarrassment. But instead of halting that project, it got just they took it back, they improved it, and now we see the Cybertrucks out there. So in terms of being a business owner via an investment into a community bank, that's just what we're going through. And it is a privilege to have access to investment possibilities. It is a privilege. And with investments comes ups and downs. With investments comes also periods where you have to stomach some losses, only to be there and prepared for the upside. Some people ask, well, is what has happened, is that fair? And then I'm going to tell them, no, but life is not about fairness. Life is about, life in business is about stoicism and about making decisions that are best based on data without emotions. And right now, the part without emotions is understandably difficult for some. But if you take out the emotions and you look at the data, then you know what flaws were there and what improvements are made, and you know what those improvements mean. That is very important. Also, is it fair that we all here have access to this technology and this opportunity, and others don't? Is it fair that we have a place where we can invest our money, where we make, quite frankly, insane gains compared to what the rest of the world even knows about, has access? A lot of people don't have laptops, cell phones. A lot of people don't have the mental capacity to understand a wallet, to understand crypto, and they are banned from doing what we are. So we also have to look at that side. Fairness is if we talk about fairness, then we forget that we are extremely privileged and that others are not, and that is also not fair. So now, having said that, I'm gonna just move on to what's going on for me this week. For those of you who have not seen, this was amazing. Last week, when I was in Birmingham, I met a herd member. Who is not very visible digitally, but her name is Sally. She's a retiree. She doesn't fit your atypical profile of someone who invests in crypto, but she uses futures to supplement her income. She has already saved up to $20,000, and she has a plan to get up to 100K. And she said something that was just so powerful to me, and the video is on my channel, by the way. She said it's just so satisfying when you make your deposit and you see all the mechanisms working, and you contribute to your future. So that was absolutely amazing to meet a herd member, and I would encourage all of you to do that whenever possible, because again, it gives that community and human aspect to what we're doing. Speaking of meeting herd members, this afternoon I have the privilege to meet in person the one and only Patrick Cryptozoa. Yes, the amazing, brilliant mind behind the great Medium articles that we all love so much because they are data-driven, they often dissect strategy. So I'm going to meet up with him, and I think he agreed to also doing a video, so we're going to do that together, and I'll release that later. The other person I will meet, two other very important people to herd members I will meet probably tomorrow. Number one, Chris Farrell. Many of you know him. He has a course about futures, brought in probably hundreds of people into our ecosystem. I spoke to him yesterday on WhatsApp, and I said, do you know who all is going to be here? Donald Trump, RFK, Kathy Wood, Michael Saylor, Richard Branson, Russell Brand, not Richard Branson. Russell Brand, Edward Snowden, Vivek Ramaswamy. And he said, are you kidding me? Do you think I should come? Yesterday, no, actually just 10 hours ago, he had no intentions to come. I said, you should come. And he said, you know what, I'm coming. So within just a couple of hours, he decided, actually he texted me 2 hours ago, he jumped into a plane in London to come here. So I'm going to meet up with him. The other person I will meet in person is CryptoStew, the guy who is behind that futures calculator that is, quite frankly, very important for a lot of us who need to know where we are going and how we are getting there, right? So those are people I will meet. Today, after this X space, actually, what I will do first is I will go, many of you know I got myself a whale pass, so today is whale registration day, so I'm going to do that, hopefully pick up some nice swag from the conference. And then tonight there is one of those satellite events that was mentioned earlier that I will attend. It's called the Bit Gala at the Parthenon, which is basically a replica of one of those classic ancient Greek buildings in a park here. And there is an event, Bit Gala. It's organized by Forbes Web 3.0. And so I'm just going to attend that tonight. And then tomorrow morning, there's for Whale Pass holders early access to an art gallery that has only Bitcoin related art. And the artists will be there, and there's going to be opportunities to maybe invest or buy some art early. So I'll go there and see what interesting is there. And then tomorrow night, the Whale VIP opening reception, that is where we'll definitely go to network and see if I meet people to whom I can strategically share something about our ecosystem, about Trunk. And I'm somewhat of an introvert, but I've learned to be a professional extrovert, and I have learned to really love networking, in-person networking, digital networking. So I'm going to go there, looking forward to that. And then, of course, Friday and Saturday spent with attending all the keynotes, really. I often have access to something referred to as the deep stage, which is a place where there will be no cameras and no streaming, but I have the opportunity to meet in person many of the headliners. So I'm going to try to get as many selfies as possible. I know there is a very realistic chance to meet RFK in person. I decided to not go with the 60 additional K to meet Donald Trump because it would really just have been, I asked what exactly is in there, a photo opportunity, and you get escorted to the first row of the speech. So decided not to do that, but it doesn't matter. Lots of other opportunities. Who knows? Maybe I'm gonna come out there with having had a chat and a photo op with RFK, Kathy Wood, Michael Saylor, Russell Brand. Who knows? So that's going to be very, very cool. And then, of course, last but not least, our Savanna party, our Savanna Haus get-together. Looking forward to it. I already took a look at the venue, and it's just a really, really nice place. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's impossible not to have fun here. And that's what I have. Really blessed to be through Elephant Money, be in this DeFi space and crypto space, and it's just I'm looking forward to every single day from here through Sunday.
Man, and that's just what Shankar's doing. That's all the people he's going to be meeting. And so then once that whale passes around his neck, you better have your trunk and your wallet. Because once he starts talking to people, if you listen to some of his videos, if you've heard some of the people that he's brought in, when you hear Shankar, you go find any money you can and you put it somewhere. So I hope you guys are having your trunk in the next week, because once he gets out of Nashville, he's going to be probably bringing a lot of big bags with him. And that's, like I said, that's just Shankar. That is not even BT and Slow and Native talking to all the people and all the other admin and SK and all the people they're going to be going to see. So there's just a example of what we're going to be doing in Nashville. And you know what, Shankar, I'm kind of like you, the introvert. Like if I'm out to dinner with my friends and something, I kind of like, I don't like anybody listening to what we're doing at the table. I kind of want to be by ourselves. I don't like being a loud table. But then when I'm doing my work, and I'm an extrovert, like I'm on stage in front of 17,000 people, I can talk on the microphone. I can be on a microphone anywhere that is, just doing my work. But it's once I clock out, I go back to being all right, now I'm going to be quiet and hang out over here kind of a person. So when I heard you say that, I was like, oh, that sounds just like me. I did want to ask you, remember that question, Native, and you too, Shankar, did either one of you bring a cowboy hat to Nashville?
Oh, man, I wanted to get one. I'm not even going to lie to you. I might get one down there.
I know. I have one.
What better place to get one than down there,
And they say the best place to get boots is the boot barn. So
right.
They do that too. But,
I need you to put me on game with that. I need to get some cowboy boots, some really, really good ones.
I do not have any of my own yet. I only have my cowboy hat. It's whatever.
Well,
but Shankar's in Texas, so he has boots.
Yeah, as you know, as a Texan, I'm already well equipped. But I always rely on Andrea, my partner in life and business, to make sure that we have to buy those things in every city we visit. So, no point in bringing stuff, because she will drag my butt into whatever store is local and will buy yet another hat and yet another pair of boots. So, what would the world be without our women who make sure that money is in circulation as much as possible, right?
Well said, sir. Well said.
Is she listening right now?
Yeah, she actually is listening, and she's smiling, and she will also be networking a lot, representing us. She's gonna go actually to a private reception with RFK that is separate from the event. And if we get some political leadership that embraces crypto, that is obviously going to be huge. I don't know. I heard rumors. I mean, these are really rumors. I don't know how much there is to it. But I heard rumors that there's a chance that Trump will kind of announce that if he wins, he will use crypto, specifically Bitcoin, as the nation's reserve. I mean, that would be, of course, a dream for our industry. But yeah, I mean, part of believing in those dreams and hoping for the next level to be achieved is, of course, part of the amazing journey we are on, and it's just fun to be here within that energy.
Is Elon Musk coming too?
Yeah, he's supposed to be down there as well. And yeah, that conversation about using it as strategic reserves is an interesting one that's been flowering. But yeah, everything that you just shared, Shankar, is so profound and on point to the discussion of how much of an opportunity this is, and that this isn't just like your average conference. This is a pivotal conference, and just because you don't have to the community out there that's listening, just because you don't have a well pass doesn't mean there's not like a ton of other things. Like, Shankar, I don't know if you are going to be at the Bit Basel thing down there. So Bit Basel is an event where it's at a private estate. There's and all of this stuff has been accessible to pretty much anyone who wants to they all have general differentiating aspects. Maybe some of them are free, some of them you have to pay for, some of them you have to have an invite, etc., etc. But I mean, there's everything from like private banquets to happy hour meetups and coffee bar meetups and I guess topic specific parties. NFT community specific parties, brunches, you name it. And again, for anyone who hadn't seen any of those links, we can reshare that. I know it's late in the game for a lot of the invite to some of these different things if you haven't already aligned your schedule and your calendar. But for anything else, I mean, there's so much going on. It's literally to the point where you can't do everything that you want to do because some of it overlaps. So just organize your calendar. I know Slow actually even made a video specific to how to plan your Nashville adventure. and it's going to be good. And what I also heard was that the restaurant that's attached to the venue that the Elephant Money event is going to be at is quite good as well. So I know I'm going to go taste something over there for sure.
Yeah, it's probably going to be bourbon for me. I know Slow and I need to do a bourbon drink together. When are you getting in?
I'll be in there tomorrow, early tomorrow, somewhere around like 11 o'clock.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, so I want to give the NFT away. Let me make sure he's still logged in here. Where are you? There you are. DeFi Nick. You are the winner of the NFT. That's DeFi KNICK. I don't know if that's how you spell your name or you're a New York Knicks fan, but I saw Nick and I'm like, oh, well, I'm a New York Knicks fan. So, and I saw you have been posting Elephant. You've been forwarding our messages on X. So appreciate that. Thank you so much for everybody that does that. So you're deserving definitely of that NFT. Hit me up on Telegram, send me your address, and thanks, Nick. I see you there. And we'll get it to you. Now, BT has not, he's been backed up with a lot of stuff lately, and I don't think he's given them out in quite a while, but they are on the spreadsheet. I look every day to see if it says yes or no that it's been given out. So I know June still hasn't been given out. And if you contacted me late and you wanted like May, I had to put it to the end of the spreadsheet because you hadn't contacted me in a while. But you got the NFT, so congrats on that. And that's about all I had to say. Look, I do love those sound effects. So, hey, look, I know I don't want anybody in here to ever think, hey, I don't have any feelings. I should be more sympathetic or I should be more harder on people. I have to do my job is to keep you guys focused. Whether you're having a really bad day or a bad week or you're having a really great week, you still need to be focused. And that's my job.